Why? I wasn't even looking at my screen. Why? Why does that happen to me? Oh, my stream was playing on my phone. I was reading a Reddit post. Why did it? Okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't have anything to show off, but I do think my Heracross card is coming today, so hopefully it didn't get lost. But I don't know why it said it got delivered. But I do think it's coming today, so. Sorry to that Amazon seller. When I get it, I will message them again saying that I received it. I didn't get a refund, so. Nothing too crazy happened. I've been playing this for the past few hours to level up my Pokemon. 2 of them are at level 70, and the rest I think are level 78. I think. I mean, not 78, 68. I wish they were level 78. Let me take my camera off. In my chat, I guess. This is what we're looking like. Hopefully it's good enough. I don't know. I've been just doing like the raids because I figured out they do show on the map and I don't have to go looking for them. Like all of these are the raid things. This is what I was doing last time I played this, but I guess if I can go in any order, I would do that last. If that's okay. Maybe I'll do whatever this is first. I assume this is art and I can't see. I don't know if I healed my Pokemon. If you can hear a chirping in the back, I left the bald eagle video up on my TV. I'm so sorry. I was watching him feed his babies. Yay, thank you. Oh, he's really chirping. The babies are. They were not doing that a minute ago. No! I don't want to fight you. I was just hunting Pokemon before I decided to, like, do the raids. Before I decided to check them out. Can you check the mail? Seriously, you beat me here? I guess. Well, this is the lab. I used to come here to play all the time when I was a kid. There better be a good reason for calling us here like this. Let's find out. Everyone always says he's some kind of genius, absolutely brilliant as a Pokemon professor. My dad, that is. But let me tell you, as a parent, he's the worst. All he ever does is work. He never comes home. I don't have a single memory of him ever even playing with me, his own kid. That's so sad. Maybe Stiff's the only one who was there for me, always. Anyway, it's open now. Go on in. Thanks. I just want to get this over with. So sorry to this man. Hi, Gloom. I'm good. How are you? It's finally warm in my apartment. Our heat never got fixed over the winter. Hi, Nightmare. How are you? I like the fish emote. That's cute. Oh. I need your help. Okay. That's it. I'm currently at the deepest point of Area 0 in the Great Crater of Paldea. I think it's kind of cloudy here. It may be a little rainy, but it is warm outside. I've been researching the unique Pokémon here for a long time. I'm asking the two of you to lend a hand to help carry out the final step of the great Professor Turo's glorious research. The final step? But there's something we need first, something that can be found within that lab. What we need is the Violet Book. My Heracross is here. It did not get lost, it just for some reason said it got delivered a day earlier. Yay. Kind of chilly. I like it when it's sunny and windy. This is so cute. I've wanted this card for a while, so I'm excited. Wait, do you mean this book? Ah, so you took it from the lab, did you, Arvin? This expedites things. Bring the Violet Book to the deepest depths of Area 0. I promise that it will be an experience worth treasuring if you come. I must note, however, that Area 0 is both home to vicious Pokemon and outfitted with powerful cybernetic security systems. Heracross is the best. It seems to me that you might struggle if the two of you were to enter alone. You got a lot, bunny, yay. I think we might be going to a card convention this weekend for Grippen's cousin. You may take the time to gather some reliable allies before you come if you feel the need. I will be awaiting you in the deepest part of Area 0 whenever you arrive. I need who? What? Area 0. The place is bad news. It was down in Area 0 that Mabo Stiff got wounded in the first place. Down in the great crater of Paldea. In all honesty, I'd be perfectly happy to never see that place again. Are you gonna go? Of course. You're not gonna go? I suppose he did ask. And I can't just stand by and watch while a friend heads off into danger on her own. So I guess I'm going to. Besides, I'd love to give Dad a piece of my mind. Alright then, Cupid, outside. We're gonna have a Pokemon battle to see if we're really ready to head into Area 0 or not. Mostly to see if I'm ready or not. Let's go. Okay. So when I was looking up how to level up your Pokemon, like, really quickly, people were saying to eat a ham sandwich in Area 0. Did I just, like, not unlock it? Because I couldn't figure out where they were talking about. Like, did I need to unlock it first to do that? I was so confused. Alright, you ready for a battle, Cupid? Yes. Excellent. You ready too, right, Mabo Stiff? Aww. Oh, I cut him off, sorry. Yep, Mabo Stiff says he's ready. You're battling with Mabo Stiff? Okay, yeah, I can see why you'd be worried. But my buddy here's bursting with energy. You'd never know he was so weak just a little while ago. Won't leave me alone, always whining at me, wanting to battle you and your Pokemon. You unlock a gate to get there? Oh. Interesting. No wonder I was so confused. It's been so long I nearly forgot, but he always did love to battle. Even if we always lost to that student council girl, the battle fanatic one. Anyway, my point is there's no need to worry. We're a brand new Arvin and Mabo Stiff, and we're feeling audacious. Or maybe herbaceous? Let me give you a taste of what we can do. Okay. Hi, Greedent. I have like 3 of his Greedent cards. The Pokemon that I met during our hunt for the Urban Mystica are all stars. Oh, he cut me off that time. I was not ready. Toadstool. Oh, I don't think I'm just gonna fight with this, with Glinda. Do that. I thought Toadstool was blue. Toad's cool. Oh. There's another one. Tentacool. There's 3 of them? If I had to be a gym leader, what type of Pokemon would I use? Probably Psychic. Because my deck in real life is like all Psychic. Who was he sending out? I don't know. Must be farted? Tentacool. Well, I don't know these Pokemon. He's gonna try me. It's fine. I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I had an advantage. I thought it was like overpowered now. Bruh. That's crazy. I still don't know the type matchups. Don't cancel me. I don't know who that is. I don't even know who these. Even if I did know the types, I don't even know who this is. I wouldn't know what to do just based on the name. That's crazy. I need a Gothitelle card because I had Gothorita in my deck, but I realized there was this one and I didn't have them, so I took them out. That's crazy. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but okay. I clicked too fast. I think these guys just look like Minecraft characters. I gave one to Pippin's cousin. And now I'm doing my Pokédex binder and realized that I need that because it was the only one I had. My moves aren't great. I meant to go through them, but I didn't have time. Well, I killed him. And that's all that matters. What is Cloyster? That sounds like a water Pokemon, but I don't know. That still means nothing to me. I don't know. I gave most of my Pokemon random items that other Pokemon in my box were using. I don't know who this is. I don't know. Not intimidate. Oh right, we're doing that. Let's celebrate your full recovery with a glow up. Time to terrestrialize. I forgot we were doing that. Oopsies. Can I also get a Mabostiff? Hi Rye, thank you for lurking. This makes me scared. I probably still can't beat that Houndoom. Or Houndour, whatever it was. I think it was Houndoom. Yay, I win. We were so close, Maybo Stiff. So close. But Cupid. Thanks, little buddy. 12,000 Pokebucks. I don't even know how much money I have. I haven't bought anything in a while. Dang, this is the strength of someone who could take down those Titan Pokemon, huh? You helped. Yeah, much as I hate to admit it, I do think we're gonna need some more support. The Pokemon in Area 0 are super strong, and there are all sorts of weird machines there, too. By evolving that one red dog. I think I know who you're talking about. I'd say we need at least 2 more people. Somebody with some champion rank level skills, and somebody who can deal with crazy tech. Lamona? The student council girl? Yeah, she'd be perfect for the job, but I doubt she'd give us the time of day unless one of us was on her level. As in champion rank level. Do I have to do that first? But well, we've got to do what we've got to do. Whoever you think could be a help, just try getting in good with them. We'll see if we can't get a team together. Get in touch if you make progress. I'll do the same. Guess I'm going to do that then. Oh. Okay. Does that mean I win? I don't have to go do that? Wait, do I need my Pokemon now? Go in here then, but I can't get there. Guess we're traveling. Why didn't I mark this? I'm so glad that I can climb walls now. I've been climbing walls in this game all day. I can't believe it was the last thing that you get to unlock with Miraidon, though. Oh. Do not fall. I do wish he did it a bit faster, or like didn't jump and he just rode up the wall, but whatever. Pokemon League. Thanks for the slow glide down. Hey. Hello, Cupid. So this is it. You've decided to face the Pokemon League. The final test you must pass to become a champion is held here in this building. I wish you the best of luck from the bottom of my heart, Cupid. I look forward to meeting you again soon. That's a lot of hair. The crazy hairstyle. Can I go in there? Are you ready to face the Pokemon League's champion assessment? I guess. Let's see here. Cupid from Uva Academy, is it? It appears you have a total of 8 gym badges. Very well, you may now proceed to the interview room. I have to be interviewed? What does that mean? Thank you. Is it hard? I'm scared. I still feel like I'm not ready for this. Thank you for coming today. Please do have a seat. I wasn't expecting to be interviewed. Why did I turn like that? I, Rika, will be your interviewer. Let's get started with the first portion of the champion assessment. We begin with the interview. I'm scared. First things first, let me see how many gym badges you have. Excellent, you have all 8. Next, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you wouldn't mind, Cupid. Please think carefully, as you may automatically fail the interview depending on your answers. Let's begin. Do you always get interviewed? How did I get here today? I rode my Pokemon. The Elite Four. I'm scared. Very good. Please tell me the name of the school you were enrolled in. Oh God, you just told me that. Ah, that's right. So what brings you to the Pokemon League today? I came to become a champion, I guess. Yes, indeed. Why else would you be here, I suppose? Now, what do you intend to do if and when you become a champion? I want to battle Nimona. I'm not going to tell you about my treasure. I see. Interesting. Tell me, which of the 8 gyms gave you the most difficulty? Oh, I don't know. Hold on. It's not even on here. So, I don't know. Oh wait, maybe it wasn't this one. Which is the which one? Oh, it's Ghost. Which one is that? Is that on here? It doesn't matter. That's not on here either. I don't know. I'm just gonna... Oh, it is on here. Okay. It was this one. I see. And what was the name of the gym leader you faced there, girl? I don't know. Rhyme? It was Rhyme. That's the rap battle. I'm glad you seem to remember. But do you remember which type of Pokemon Rhyme used? Apparently not, because I did look up Psychic. Wonderful. Building the skills needed for the champion assessment is no small feat. You must have met a lot of Pokemon to get here, Cupid. What was the category of the Pokemon you chose to be your first partner? The Fire Croc. Very good, very good. Thank you. Now, please forgive me, but I'm going to repeat a previous question. Remind me, what do you intend to do when you become a champion? Battle Nimona. Don't test my memory. Ah, yes, that's right. Next is the final question for this interview. Do you like Pokemon? Yes. I'm confused. Good job, kiddo. Thanks. That about wraps up the interview. And let me be the first to congratulate you, Cupid. You just passed the first part of the champion assessment. I thought I was just gonna beat the game right there. On your first try too, no less. Don't think anyone's done that since Nimona. But anyway, time to switch gears and get ready for the next segment. The second segment is what we call the Elite Test. And you'll be facing the Elite Four in Pokemon battles. Yay. I guess that's pretty obvious from the name of the test, huh? Anyway, we're the best the league has to offer. You'll be facing us 4 in a row, no turning back. This won't be a cakewalk, I promise you that. Make sure you're all ready, then go into the room behind me. Can I cheat and look up the types before I go in there? Will you tell me? I'm nervous. I don't know. Do I have to retake the interview if I don't beat this? Oh, I didn't mean to go in there. I thought I'd have to press a button. Okay. We're not gonna have an audience. This room is kind of scary. I gotta find out on my own. Well, that's what I'm doing, because I walked into the room. I don't have any choice now. Now then, let's get this started, eh? Let good old Rika be the first of the Elite Four to take you on. I'd say I'll go easy on you, but I'd be lying. Think fast. No. Whiskash. It's a cute Pokemon. I don't have a water type on my team. I finally get to battle you. I've been looking forward to this, so don't give up too soon, I think is what she said. Oh, wow. Okay. Use grass. I'm just gonna wing it. I assume my Pokemon don't heal in between these. The people, I mean. I don't know these Pokemon. Never seen this guy in my life. What's his ancient version? Oh. I think I have that card. Oh! Okay. I'm gonna heal, I think. Do something that won't hurt me. Not that. Am I poisoned now? No? Okay. Bruh. No. Please don't kill me. I think it's gonna kill me. No. Now I'm poisoned. Okay, thank you. Okay. Linda, I needed you. I don't know this guy. And I don't know type mashups, so I don't know. I'm gonna use Heracross. I guess that didn't matter, because it was about to die. I didn't need to do the most there. Thank you, Heracross. I don't know who that is. Hahaha, impressive. You really are something else, kiddo. Thank you. Is this the one we're gonna do this on? I still wish I could skip this. I don't need to see it every time. Let's finish this. Go on, Clodsire. Shake things up a bit. Yay! I'll be the first one. Thank you. Not bad, kiddo. Talk about unfair. No way was I ever gonna win that one. Still though, what a great battle. Felt good even to lose. Not a whole lot of trainers have the skill to make it past the elite test, but who knows. I'm beginning to think you might be one of the few that do, Cupid. Better stay on your toes though. The second of the elite four is stronger than me. You're up next, Squirt. Come on out. Oh, coming. Next is metal. Oh wow, did you lose, Rika? Yeah, I did. She's no pushover, let me tell you. I'll be watching from the side. Avenge me if you can, eh? You bet I will. Oh, we do slowly get an audience? Oh. Okay. Guess I can revive them. Okay. What's weak against metal? Do you know? Why do you not know? You're also playing Pokemon. How do you not know? He doesn't know anything. I've been asking these questions all weekend. Ice? Fire, ground, and fighting? Yeah, I think that's what I meant to ask. Yeah. But strong. I asked the wrong question. Ice, rock, and fairy? What's happening to my Twitch? I'm running fighting? We're fighting. I'm gonna put you here. I'm gonna go in with Linda. Where are you going? It's so cool you made it this far, but this is where you say bye-bye, miss. All my Pokemon are super tough. Your weak attacks won't work on them at all. They'll bounce right off of you. We'll see. Can't wait for you to meet my friends, so here they come. She's so cute. Who? Go on Raja? Smush him? I don't know who this man is. Oh wow. Opera Jaw? I'm gonna switch to you, I guess. I should have bought some stuff before I came in here, maybe, I think. Bruh. I'm being smart. Thank you. Is there a dog howling? Or a child outside or something? Whoever crosses Moxie. Need to not be whatever lightning electric is. Use this. That is a big bird. I didn't know he was that big. I also didn't picture a bird when I heard that name. I thought- oh, he killed me. Okay. I thought Corviknight was like a deer of some sort. I don't know who I'm thinking of. No, shouldn't have done that. No, I should have. Yeah, no. I still don't understand the special. Does that mean special defense? I don't know what that means. Oh yay, Oricorio leveled up. I'm not scared. My last Pokemon will turn things around. She's so little and cute. I can't believe she's the Elite Four. She broke the mold. I don't know what that means either. It's time to get dressed up all pretty, Tinky. I had these guys in my deck too, and then I found out they also had another evolution that I didn't have, but now I have them. So I don't have their type in my deck anymore. The steel type, I think. Whose dog is howling in the hallway? It sounds so sad. The spike circle is attack and the hypnosis circle is special attack. I need someone to create a study guide and a test for me for Pokemon. Maybe then I'll learn. Linda leveled up. Linda was in the front the entire time I was leveling up my Pokemon. Wow, I wanted to take revenge on Eureka. I'm pretty sure you mean take revenge for me, Squirt. Don't think I did anything wrong by you. Hate to say it, but you lost, Poppy. Better call the next guy. Oh, that's right. I haven't had to do this in a long time. It's your turn, Mr. Larry. He brought a briefcase. Hello there, it's me, Larry. Hi. What an awkward introduction. I can't believe I have to do this all myself. Okay. Who's this guy? We'll just always have Glinda in the front and see what happens. So, you made it this far. I serve as a member of the Elite Four too. Yes, unfortunately for me. In my gym, I use normal type Pokemon since I feel they have a lot in common with me. But well, the boss told me to use a different type here. So if you have any complaints, please take them up with La Primera. Okay. So this was a surprise. Anyway, time to get to work. He's flying type. I think I might have a card of him. Maybe. He looks very familiar. Because I've been going through all my cards recently. Well, I'll be trying my hand with flying type Pokemon this time. Okay. That dog is just so sad. The sunlight in this room apparently turned harsh. Your supervisor is out to lunch. Oh, it's raining. It's really raining outside right now. Like, it's pouring. When did that happen? Well, if you do have to lurk, thank you for lurking. I knew it was supposed to rain a little bit today. I was fighting these earlier. I was mostly doing the thing where you just send out the Pokemon. I don't know if that was making things slower for me, but it was faster to do. Choreo, I have one of those. Oh, you have the same one I have. That is not your last Pokemon. Oh, we're dancing. And now I'm confused. I think I had that move. I don't think I do. Really? I don't think I have that move anymore. She is just dancing. Stop being confused. The harsh sunlight faded. I'm gonna switch. Just because it's about to die. Let's see how this goes. You're even stronger than before. Guess I don't get a break today. Oh wait, I have to use that one twice, I think. Oopsies. At the risk of messing up my suit a bit, it's time to get some wind at our backs. Umiko is so cute. I'd advise you to stay on your toes because I'm about to scatter you to the wind. Brave bird. Oh, wow. I think it's gonna kill me. Please don't kill me. I should have healed. I should have not used that move first. That's what I should say. So I knew that you have to do it twice to actually do something, I think. Oh. Earlier, I don't know, I had to do it twice and then it did something. I guess you're coming in. But you're not gonna terrestrialize. Why do I have such bad loops on him? Stop using Brave Bird! Dream Eater? Oh, is that the other move being used on him? Why did he attack twice? I defeated Larry. Well, that took the wind from under our wings. For someone who does normal type, he sure does have a lot of flying type jokes. You're a lot stronger than I recall. No wonder La Primera likes you. Now then, I suppose the final member of the Elite Four is next. It's your turn, Hassel. Sorry if I butchered his name. Now, where could he be? Don't think he heard you, Larry. Come on in, Hassel. Larry, you may need to speak up just a bit more. Hassel? Hassel, you're up next. He's so mean. Hello there, Cupid. It delights me to see you here. As for you, Larry, I see you made Rika do the shouting again, hmm? I didn't want to ride Miraidon. I also didn't want to do that. What am I doing? Super potion. That is what I wanted. I don't know if Gothitelle is, like, helping me at all. No, I want Hyper Potion. I don't really use her that much. I don't know if you were talking about this Pokemon. Meter? I don't think I have that. If that is the Pokemon you were talking about. What? Stop. What is the whistling for? I keep accidentally doing that, and I'm like, I don't even know what that would be for. I was, of course, absolutely certain you would make it to me eventually. Young sprouts truly do grow with astounding speed, yes. But I never for a moment imagined we would be facing each other so soon. Now a teacher's duty is to guide students and aid their growth. Lets you aggro Pokemon and get their attention. Oh, that makes sense. But I think I shall forget about my role as a teacher for a moment. I wield all my might for the sole purpose of defeating you. I am Hassel, the dragon guarding the final fortress of the elite test. Prepare to learn firsthand how the fiery breath of ferocious battle feels. This dragon. Fire, water, grass, and electric. Well, Glenda's going out first. Wyvern. Show me everything you've got. I shall face you with my full strength. Alright. Come on, Glenda, do something. Thank you. Please don't kill me. Glenda is my goat in this game. Sorry, Heracross, but she's really good. Oh, she fainted. Rest in peace. She was poisoned. I was gonna heal her, but okay. Fire, water, grass, and electric. We'll have water. And he doesn't have any electric moves. That was a little silly of me. I meant to give him one. I don't want to use you guys yet. I'm gonna use everyone else so I can save Heracross and... what's her name? Arena? Did I say Heracross? I meant Skeleturge. Whatever the heck his name is. Luxorus? I've never heard of him. Black hole. I forgot that. Oh, I don't think that. Never mind. I don't know who that is. Okay. Heracross is doing really well. Is this the last one? I'm gonna bring Serena in. That's your name, right? Yeah. Only a little more until you pass. Don't let up. That's Caliber. Come on, oh great dragon, and take a Terra Jewel as your crown. Okay. Please let me go first. Thank you. Oh, that didn't do anything. Well, it did something, it's fine. Do that again. Okay. Even if I die here, I think I'm gonna be okay. No point in letting this drag on. Behold the power to overwhelm everything. What does that mean? Okay. Hey, don't do that again, because I can't terrestrialize again, and that was kind of scary. His moves are so, like, bad. I'm gonna bring out Heracross again. Probably should have just kept him in. Her. Sorry, this is the girl Heracross. Thank you. I should have just let Heracross have it. He leveled up. The mighty dragon has been felled. My ads are about to start. I want to warn you that the second Pokemon cry in my BRB screen that I'm going to play is very loud, so turn your volume down. I turned it down in OBS, but like a second warning. You really did it. Oh, wow. Huh. Wonderbowl? I'm just so proud of you. Oh, he's crying. Wahaha. Oh, don't cry, Grandpa Hassel. There. Want a hug? Sorry about all this, Cupid. The old man can get like that sometimes. So what I do... What? I'm just so overwhelmed. Guess I've got to do the talking. Anyway, your result for the elite test of the champion assessment is... a pass. No doubt about it. That was it. I thought there would be something big after that. Yeah, you're tougher than steel. Yep. You did so beautifully. Congratulations. I'd say you're good to go, but there's actually just a wee bit more to the champion assessment. I need to shut up sometimes. This will be your final trial. See the door back there? Our fearless commander, the final opponent you'll face for your test, is waiting beyond it. Her skills are so amazing. She was able to strong-arm all of us into joining the Elite Four. You won't find a mightier champion. Though I think you'll do fine, kiddo. You beat me, after all. I'll patch up your team on the house, so don't lose, you hear? Thank you. I knew there was more. I really love your Pokemon, miss. Thank you. So I'll cheer for you as hard as I can. Well, good luck. Even a baby dragon can breathe fire. Whoa, guess you've got over your sobs, huh? You can do this. We all know you can. Thank you. Now go, young Cupid. Your hands may be small, but let them seize a great victory. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I know I can't. I'm trying to pause. That's what I'm trying to do. I will be right back. There was just thunder outside. Can I save here? I assume I can't, like, save state this, but I just want to save. I assume Nemona's the last thing. It is really pouring. Huh? Oh, yeah. Never mind. You can basically save state it? Oh. After her? Welcome, Cupid. It gives me great joy that you've managed to make it all the way to the pinnacle of the Pokemon League. The final test is a battle against me, the top champion. To pass, all you need to do is win. But before we get started, I should apologize for one thing. You see, I have a trait that some might say is inappropriate for the league chairwoman. I'm utterly incapable of holding back when it comes to Pokemon battles. I can just reset. Maybe that's why nobody's passed this test recently. It's a bit of a problem, to be honest. But you might manage something wonderful like Champion Nemona did. So, are you ready for your final test? I want to see the true measure of your talent. This character scares me. I'm so sorry. The eyes and the hair. I'm scared. Hi, Espartha. I like Espartha. I like this music. I do hope you can defeat me and become a champion yourself. Is that the move that I just chose? We can't be the same type. Oh, but I killed you. Okay. I leveled up. I'm gonna keep Glinda until I can't anymore. Supreme Overlord? Okay. It just bit my own teeth. I don't know how that happened. And it kind of hurt. What's the matter? You're not one to let something so insignificant fluster you. Okay. Well. You're gonna kill me, so it doesn't matter. Who was I using earlier? I'm gonna use you. Well, I picked the right one. I was gonna say correct decision in this situation. Thank you. I was gonna say, if you'd let me finish, that I was thinking he could melt that Pokemon. Avalugg? I don't know who these Pokemon are. Who's Avalugg? I don't know Avalugg. Okay, I've seen this guy before, but I could not tell you what he looked like. I would have drawn a slug if you asked me to draw a picture based on the name. Or like a snail. I know there's like a snail looking one that I was fighting earlier. Palooza? I don't know who this is. An avalanche slug? Oh no. Yeah, I picked the wrong thing. He kind of just looked like a big iceberg. Go-Goat? Is this the last one? I don't know. I'm not keeping track. On a literal level, yes. Truly a devastating blow that deserves a standing ovation. Oh my god, I can't even see across the street anymore, that's how hard it's raining. That's crazy. Mora? Oh, I know this Pokemon. I don't know what type it is, but I know this Pokemon. I know what it looks like. Shoot. What type is this Pokemon? I have a card of this one. Rock and Poison? I think it looks pretty cool. Not my type. Terra Rock? Oh, I didn't mean to press that. Don't think you've won just yet. I meant to press the other button. I have a page of this Pokemon. I'm not gonna terrestrialize just in case this kind of sucks. Be the light that guides all trainers, Glamora. Crosby's behind me. If he's gonna start chewing on something. I'm busy, Crosby. Go away. He's gonna start chewing on this bag. Actually, I don't think he can reach it. Please don't do that. That doing nothing. This is how you're supposed to unleash a move. This is what it takes to be at the top. Oh, I'm not dead. Toughed it out so I wouldn't feel sad. Thank you. I needed that. I'm just gonna press this again. Probably not good that I just let my Pokemon die instead of switching them out. I just don't want to waste my time doing that. I'm gonna use Heracross. I don't know why I was just feeling Heracross. Come on, Heracross, you got this. Speaking of Heracross, I need to see if I can say that I received that on Amazon. I win, I think. Or not. Okay, I win. I don't know where I said this. You go beyond my imagination so easily. I don't know. There's nowhere for me to say that I received it, so. You're still clapping, thank you. Such overwhelming power, such amazing skill. It seems Paldea has gained another wonderful trainer to be proud of. Congratulations. It's my honor to call you Champion Cupid. Thank you. Congratulations is right. Now I can really say you're good to go. Yay, you did it, miss. Congratulations. Just amazing. I can't hold it in anymore. Oof, crying again. You Pokemon trainers are the treasure of Paldea, and amid that treasure, champions are the jewels that shine brightest. Champion Cupid, it is now your duty to set an example for all of the trainers in Paldea. Now, allow me to walk you back to the entrance. I'm certain you'll find a familiar face awaiting you. Nomona? Cupid, Cupid. Hi. Oh man, I can tell just looking at you. You did it, right? You became a champion? Yes. Haha, I knew it all along. I got word from La Primera when you cleared the elite test. Oh man, Cupid, I'm a champion, and now you're a champion. Which means we're true equals, you and me, both champion-ranked trainers. This is amazing. Now that you've made it here, I've got one thing to say. Let's you and me be best rivals for life. Sure. Yes. Oh my god, sorry if I said that wrong. Alright, you know what rivals do? Battle their absolute hearts out. I'm gonna hit you with everything this time. You ready? Do wait a moment, Champion of Mona. Huh? What's the matter, Primera? The champion assessment has only just ended. I believe a rest is in order for Champion Cupid, Katarine, and the others. Champions must be understanding toward their opponents. Right. There I go, getting overexcited again. Sorry, Cupid and Katarine. I also must ask, is this roadside really the setting you two want for your first battle as true equals and rivals? Now that you mention it, that's a good point. In that case, can we use one of the Pokemon League battle courts? Surely there's somewhere more fitting. A place with special meaning for the two of you, perhaps? Special meaning, huh? Let me see. Anywhere leap to mind, Cupid? Behind your house? Haha, our beach out back, huh? Yeah, the place where we had our first battle might work. But on the other hand, to me it's just kind of my backyard, you know? A little ordinary. Any place else come to mind? Well, I don't know. This place. Good call, the place where we set out on our journey. That reminds me, Cupid. Remember back when Director Clavel explained the treasure hunt? You know how he told us to go in search of our own treasure? Well, I know what treasure I got out of all of this. I found a true rival, someone who can stand up to me at my full capabilities. That's right, I mean you. I'm so glad I got to meet you, Cupid. Anyway, that being said, I'll be waiting for you at the battle court in Mesagoza Central Plaza. See you there. Okay, it better tell me where that is. The respect you two share is palpable, even a bit enviable if to be honest. I'm known as La Primera, but even when facing me in the final test of her champion assessment, Champion Amona didn't reveal her full might. And you, I suspect she has found someone she can battle without holding anything back. It stopped raining. Okay. You didn't even heal my Pokemon? Okay. What am I doing? What is the map button? This button. This is where I want to go. First. I'd like to heal. I hear the guy behind me somewhere. Thank you. Where is he? Where is he? I don't see him. Hello? Does anyone else see him? I think I'm blind. Isn't he always on the thing? I don't know where he is. Is he invisible? I don't know. The roof? Like, I have to get up and fly up there? Oh. There he is. I didn't know he could be on the roof. Thank you. Oh, she's out here now. Let me go in a circle so I can figure out which direction I'm running. Any second now. There you are, Cupid. Hello. You ready for a battle between champions? Because all these folks here seem ready to watch. Word got around, I guess. Why is this so, like, high quality? And out of every single person gathered here, I'm the most excited by a mile. Everyone came to watch. The stage is set. It's my all-out power versus your strength in full fruition. Let's see who comes out on top. Okay. Who's Minior? Finally, the thing I've waited all this time for. Time to begin our greatest battle of all. Who's Candy? I don't know these people. Thank you, Glinda. A pink... Do they have yellow hair? I don't know what she said. I'm putting the hurt on her, I think is what she said. Candy, is this who I'm picturing? No, it's not. I don't know who I'm picturing. Minior. Gen 7 Pokemon with 7 different color variants? Oh, I like the pink one. Is that real? I like the pink one. I'm gonna keep my current Pokemon. Minior is cute. I shouldn't have kept my Pokemon. How do you like my real hard hits? Man, it feels good to finally let loose. I feel like I'm being bullied now. Rest in peace, Glinda. I'll put you in. At least she has Pokemon that I know. Used up all of his electricity. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you don't like Pawmot? Flop though. I thought they were cute in the cards, and then I saw them in this game, and I don't really like them as much anymore. But I do have a page of them in my binder. With like all the evolutions. They're kind of creepy, like how small they are. I expected them to be like really big. Has no effect. Heracross. I'm gonna bring out Heracross. I haven't used Serena at all yet. Haven't? Wait, I actually think I did. Never mind. I'm a liar. True. I don't know when I'm playing Pokemon next. I know which ones I want to play, but I don't know when I will acquire them. Who is Goodra? I think I'm just really lucky that I took the time to level up my Pokemon to level 70. I'm just getting lucky. Switch. Right? I don't know. Is that what I was supposed to do? It's all down to this. My last Pokemon. We're gonna fight with everything we've got. My poor Skeleturge has been neglected. The most damage it does is 90. Shine blazingly bright, my greatest treasure. Aww. Her team or my team? I like my team. I think Gothitelle could probably be switched out for someone. Maybe Oricorio, because I don't think I used Oricorio. I win. Is she crying? Oh no. What is he doing here? You. You did it. Yay. This is legit incredible. You're the strongest out there, Cupid. I mean, you knocked me flat and I was giving you absolutely everything I had. Everything Haha. Ha ha ha. Oh man, Pokemon battling, am I right? It's so much better, so much more fun than I ever even knew. Thanks for that incredible match. You beat me for real this time. Yay. Now let's give ourselves a minute and have a quick break, Cupid. Before round 2? I don't want a round 2. Which Pokemon should I bring out this time? Decisions. Oh, I'm in my dorm. Why would you put me here? I don't need to be in here. Or is this my house? I'm confused. Oh, it is the... Okay. The way I haven't been in here since the beginning of the game. Huh? I don't know where I want to go. I want to leave. Oh, look at Gengar. I thought I was trapped in here. Oh, and it immediately put me in here. What's up, Cupid? Director Clavel? Oh, come on. The name's Clive, remember? Actually, no. It's time for me to bring this little performance to an end. Allow me to reveal my true identity. Haha. I'm so nervous about this. I do apologize for deceiving you with my disguise. In truth, the boy you knew as Clive was none other than the director of Uva Academy, Mr. Clavel. I knew that. What? But my disguise was perfect. Although now that I think about it, I did neglect to keep up my youthful act on a few occasions. It must have been what gave me away. Regardless, there was still one more astonishing truth I must reveal to you. The true identity of Cassiopeia. The big boss of Team Star was me all along. Possible. Honest to goodness, when you heard Cassiopeia over the phone, that was actually a pre-recorded voice. I pulled it off using, you know, one of those high-tech gizmos. Oh yes, it was very clever. So, Miss Cupid, now that you know I'm the big boss, that means there's just one thing left to do. Face me in one final showdown to decide it all. I wasn't gonna read that, but it's been like 2 weeks since I played this, so... Oh, I should have saved... Glinda needed to be in my second spot, I think. I didn't want her to go out first. I'm Cassiopeia of Team Star. With this battle, I will finally... Okay, well... You cut me off. Whatever I said 2 weeks ago. Because I have read that before. Oh, dang. Don't do that. Is Glinda who I need to use against Houndoom? I thought it was. I'm scared. I'm afraid I still can't beat him. I'm cheating. Hold on. Dazzling Gleam would be good? Okay. Well, girl, just let me go back. I thought it was her that I needed to use. That's why I prioritized her. Please. No. Please don't do that. Don't poison me. Oh my god. That's the closest I've got. I'm gonna heal. That was stupid of me, I think. I shouldn't have healed. Not good. Okay. Cost, I might have to use you. Or Oricorio. Oricorio, we're sacrificing you. Do this. Do your little dance. Yay, I finally beat Houndoom. This sounds like it would be good against whoever that is. snow warning. It started to snow. Okay. Why was that sound delayed? It like cut out all sound completely for a second. Nice. I guess I'll keep him. I'll sacrifice him. I'm finally doing it. I'm finally maybe beating this game. I don't know if this counts as beating it because Rye scared me yesterday. Or whenever that was. Among Us? There's a Pokemon named Among Us? Why would they name him that? Among Us. Is this your last guy? I don't know who that is. Oh, it's the duck. To think that I, Cassiopeia, would be backed into a corner like this. Oh. Well, I have this. Let's just hope it's good enough. Very well, it seems I shall have to terrestrialize my Pokemon. He's really doing that dance. I've never seen that guy before. Do take a step back, please. Let's make it dangerous. Aqua step? Oh wow. Come on, whatever I chose. Shadow Ball. Come on. Please. Okay. You know, it's good enough. But I'm gonna die. That's fine. Still not worried. The snow stopped. Rio has a super effective for you. Oh, please don't kill me. Come on, Serena. Thank you. Yay, I defeated him, finally. How strong you have grown. Oh, wrong game. Well now, Miss Cupid, it seems you have grown quite splendidly over the course of your treasure hunt. And here, once again, I must apologize. I am not actually Cassiopeia. Though Clive and myself being the same person was no lie, mind you. Cassiopeia's true identity remains hidden, but I believe I can hazard a guess as to who they might be. That is why I sought to spare you from having to confront them in battle. Their sorrows should not be yours to bear. However, Cassiopeia has settled on a course of action and is determined to see it through. I do not imagine any ordinary student could hope to stand against them and win, so I challenge you to a battle to test your skill. If you had lost, it would have fallen to me to bring down Cassiopeia. Such was my resolve. But it turns out you are as strong as you are kind. If anyone has a chance at saving that poor child, it is surely you. As an educator, it shames me to burden one of my students with such a task, but please defeat Cassiopeia. Take on the big boss of Team Star and win. Yes, sir. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I leave this in your hands. You there, what do you think you're doing? Ah, Miss Time, a pleasure to see you. It's no pleasure at all, Mr. Clapple. I come here to investigate reports of an illicit battle on school grounds, and what do I find? Why, the director of the academy himself, facing off against one of our students, no less. What were you thinking? Ah, no, if I could just explain, you see, it is a rather sad tale. Oh, spare me. Your excuses reek worse than a stunky's behind. A stunky's behind? Ahem. Remember, the big boss asked us to meet them in the schoolyard after dark. I'm counting on you, Miss Cupid. You'll write a letter of apology to the students and faculty at once, and I'll be reporting this to the chairwoman of the school board. Make no mistake. Good gracious, no. Anything but that, I implore you. I unfortunately did see a spoiler, so I do know who I'm about to fight. Can it be dark time? How do I make it dark? Can I sleep? I don't really know how to navigate this building, though. I don't need to wait? Oh, okay. Where am I? Like, behind here? I don't know where I'm going. Didn't he say behind the school? Can I see, like, a quest? I don't know how to see that. I thought he said behind the school. Inside? Oh. Let me go back to the front. Hold on 1 second. I had to cough. Battle court? Maybe I'll go here. Tell me where I need to go again. Oh, why hello, Miss Cupid. How is your treasure hunt coming along? Oh, he just doesn't know me? Okay. He just forgot about what just happened? What does chuggy mean? I don't know. I'm old. I don't know what that means. Does anyone know what that means? I was supposed to see this earlier. What is chuggy? Proton, you're young. Do you know what this means? Do you know what this means? I've heard it before, but I don't remember what I don't know what it means. It's an old word? I have never heard. I mean, I've heard it, but I think I've heard it on TikTok. I'm gonna say this. Not a pleasant word. The words used by young people these days are quite often beyond my comprehension. When I learn the meaning behind words, I find that I feel much closer to my students. Sorry if I said the wrong definition. I became slightly closer with him? Okay. He didn't tell me where I needed to go. This. That kind of looked like a battlefield. There we go. Cupid. Thanks for coming. An alt way of saying Facebook momcore, so I think I got the definition right. This might be quite a shock for you. Unfortunately, I saw a spoiler yesterday, so it's not a shock, but it probably would have been if I didn't see that. The big boss, Cassiopeia, they were both me all along. When I saw you make quick work with those Team Star lackeys outside school that time, the idea for Operation Starfall suddenly came to me. My skills let me get a hold of as much LP as I want, so I decided to use that to tempt you into helping me out. After the operation started, I kept an eye on you as a member of the supply unit, and I had you battle the bosses on my behalf. All for the goal of defeating me and putting an end to Team Star once and for all. But still, there's a part of me that wants Team Star to live on. I can't just roll over and let you win without putting up a fight. I don't know. Have I met Miriam? I don't know. It uses minion memes and live laugh love signs on the Wikipedia page. Okay. This is the final showdown. Are you ready? I guess. Thanks. It was still next to— Sorry, I haven't been in the school since the beginning of the game. Sorry to keep you. The letter of apology mistime had me, preparations took longer than expected. That voice. Are you Clive? Penny, so is you after— no, is that you, Cassiopeia? In the flesh, I have a task for you, Clive, if you'll accept it. I want you to record what happens next so I can send the video to Team Star. They need to see the outcome of this battle for themselves. Okay, will do. Okay. Then allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm the big boss of Team Star. The name's Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia? I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Cassiopeia? No, Penny. Now, bow down before the overwhelming might of Team Star's founder. Oh. Umbreon. I still haven't seen anything other than Vaporeon. I won't hold back in this battle. I'll stay true to Team Star's code. I like this music. Umbreon's so little. Flareon. I guess I'm not surprised. You do have an EV book bag. I should use. I'm gonna die. Rest in peace, Glenda. When Glinda's fainting, do her clothes come off? Like, it looks like something glitches out when she faints. I'm gonna use you. Like, she's got some glitch happening to her. Doll eyes. Not my attack. Leafeon. Stop it. That did nothing. I already did kind of like Penny because of the book bag. So, kinda. Where's Sylveon, though? Sylveon. Where's Sylveon? They lied, that was not effective. Choreo, let's use you. I choose you. Jolteon. Is she gonna use every single evolution? Did I say it's not very effective and then critical hit? I don't understand this game. Come on, Oricorio. Yay. Sylveon. I'm gonna use Heracross. I can't fault you on your battle skills at all. No wonder the bosses fell at your hands. You're gonna do that. I always forget that the type changes when you do that. Time to terrestrialize. Shine bright like the starry sky and become who you really want to be. Like, you're telling me I have to learn their types and then their Terra types for this game? That doesn't make sense. I don't know anything. Aw, that's so cute. The heart with wings. My VV power will crush you into stardust. VV? I want a Sylveon. This is like a song that would be on those rhythm games at the arcade we go to. Thank you, Heracross. It's all over now. It's finally over, guys. It's done. We're done here. I think we should call it quits. Hold up, are you saying we should break up the team? You gotta be joking. We got carried away with Operation Star. Now everything's gotten out of hand. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you round up a bunch of bullies in the courtyard and make a show of learning them some manners. But we didn't even fight them in the end. We didn't do anything wrong. Indeed, merely did we declare our intention to battle tooth and nail should the villains persist in their tyrannous oppression. It was a bloodless victory, we assure you. Yeah, they didn't even send out their Pokémon. They just blubbered and apologized a whole lot. Our outfits must have spooked them good. But the bullies made a huge stink about what went down, and then they all ended up leaving the academy. Our plan backfired epically. There's no way we're getting off scot-free. I guess you're right. This little stunt might have put us up the creek. I'll fix this mess on my end. Just leave it to me. What are you saying? I'm the one who started Team Star. I dragged you into all this. So I'll take responsibility for everything. I'm about to cough again. 1 second. I don't know what's going on with me. So I'll take responsibility for everything. Oh, noble and kind big boss, you cannot. Now that the bullies are gone, you guys should start going to school again. Oh yeah, and what about you? I can't go back. Why? There's no reason for you to stay shut in your room anymore, right? All I can say to you guys is thanks. Even though we never met in person, you were all so kind to me. Stop right there, BB. Why are you talking like we'll never speak again? I need to go take care of some things. Prithee, speak to us. What is thine intent? Hey, big boss, answer us. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for everything, Cupid. And you too, Clive. I'm glad I could see this through to the end. I guess this is it for Team Star, and me too. Hold that thought, Miss Penny. I'd like to check something with you first. Check what? Why resort to something like Operation Starfall if you're the big boss of Team Star? Wasn't there any other way to handle this? I tried telling the bosses that we were done once before, but they still didn't quit. Why not simply order them to? Our code states that no one in the team has the right to order people around. I could ask them all to do stuff, but I could never order them. So it's back to the code once again. The bosses must have taken it very seriously. They did. That's why I knew I could use it to force Team Star to disband. Because the bosses would do anything the code required of them, even leave the team. Yes, and according to the code, they had to accept any challenge made to them. Thus the idea for Operation Starfall. Cassiopeia, I guess is how you say it. Let me ask you one last thing. What does Team Star know? What do your friends in the team mean to you? They're my greatest treasure. Aww. Splendid. Thank you for apprising me of the situation, Miss Penny. What? Now, young lady, there's something I should very much like to discuss with you. Hey, quit it with the old geezer act, Clive. You're creeping me out. Indeed. Well then, before we talk further, allow me to reveal to you my own secret identity. Aha. Director Clapple? Just as Cassiopeia was your disguise, the boy you knew as Clive was mine. But why? I needed a way to talk to Team Star on equal terms. Students do tend to shy from speaking their mind to their teachers, after all. Much more so when faced with the director of the academy. Yeah, but where do I even start? Wasn't the outfit a bit much? Plus, I have some big feelings about that wig. That's quite enough of that for now. Everyone, why don't you come on out? Not the wig. Huh? Yo, big boss. Long time no see. Momo. More like long time no meet, right? I mean, we only found out your real name just now. Melly. Verily is thy long-hidden countenance a sight for sore eyes, my lady. Atticus. Atticus, I love your name, but I can't speak your lines. So, I heard your real name's Penny. How have you been this whole time? 4D. We found you at last. You've no idea how worried we've been. Airy. Okay, gang, on the count of 3. 1, 2, hasta la vista, Cassiopeia, and hello, Penny. If I go to area 0, is it long? Because my throat kind of hurts. I don't know. Now then, Miss Penny, and each of you young bosses as well. On behalf of the Academy, I have something I would like to say to Team Star. You make it a last stream? Okay. I can do that on Thursday then. You all have my sincerest apologies. Come again? As director of the Academy, I let you down. My handling of your situation was a dismal failure. What? I still don't. I mean, why? You all told me about your reasons for forming Team Star and your subsequent actions. Ever since my first days as director, all I've ever experienced at the Academy is an environment blessedly free from bullying. Mute the credits? Ed Sheeran! What? But I now know this piece was built on the backs of your hurt and anger, and, of course, your immense courage in putting things to right. And so, I'll get straight to the conclusion. Let me find this in my thingy. Here it is. The Academy's order for Team Star to disband and my threat to expel those who did not obey are hereby revoked. That's crazy. Ed Sheeran? Hopefully I can still hear it. I probably can't if I turn it down. Does that mean what I think it means? Indeed, Team Star can continue to exist, should that be your wish. Woohoo! Penny, isn't this great? Now we can all stay together. Oh, mine heart is giddy with glee. But I betrayed all of you. You mean Operation Starfall? Director Clavel told us all about it. As far as we heard, you only went through with it to save us from getting expelled. You were just worried about us, right? You put Malomort louder? I don't know. I would have to add it. Not like we'd ever chuck the team just because someone told us to, after all. Ain't our style. I cannot even begin to imagine how you must have feared for us, Lady Penny. Sorry for making you worry, BB. We're all okay now. But even so. Hold on, everyone. I have more to say. As previously stated, the requirement for Team Star to disband has been revoked. However, there are still some unsettled matters to discuss. Allow me to provide a few examples. Your protracted truancy, your brazen customization of school uniforms, your unauthorized usage of Academy equipment, your reckless modification and jeopardous driving of Pokemon-powered vehicles. Need I go on? Your flagrant disregard for school rules cannot simply be overlooked. Who? Normal Pokemon guy? Thus, as punishment, you will all be required to engage in community service. Community service? Yes. Specifically, I will be asking you to manage the STCs. And that stands for the Star Training Centers. They shall be facilities for cultivating Pokemon trainers' talents. I plan for the Academy to found them in collaboration with the Pokemon League. Yeah, the idea came to me when I saw Miss Cupid battling her way through your bases. The bases construction, as well as the battle tactics employed by the students in Team Star, snoozing those, are remarkably unique and creative. I would ask that you continue your team activities, but henceforth as STC staff members, using your former bases as training facilities. And that is the sum of it. Does anyone have any concerns? No. It sounds like fun, so I don't see how this be anything but a win-win. This may be a weird thing to say, since the STCs are supposed to be a punishment and all, but you should totally join in too, Penny. It is true. We would most happily have you at our sides, my lady. We can go to school together too. That way, if anything happens, we'll be there to protect you. We were already talking about how great it'd be to have both Team Star and school in our lives. This would be a sweet deal for us. So, what do you say? You guys, Cupid, what do you think? I think it sounds great. Huh? But, no need to give your responses right this moment, Miss Penny. Do take some time to decide. For now, at least, I think our little group should go their separate ways. Not to say that you should break up Team Star after all. I simply meant it is time to leave. Miss Cupid, please stop at my office later if you would. There's more. Here you are, Miss Cupid. I wanted to thank you for all your hard work in resolving the situation with Team Star. If not for you, I suspect I would have done the team a grievous injustice in my choice of punishment for their actions. You have my sincere gratitude. That scared me. Who is it? It's Penny. Miss Penny, do come in. Hello, Director. About the STCs, I like to work on them together with the rest of Team Star. That's wonderful news. Thank you very much for your favorable response. But, I should be punished more heavily than the others, I think. Why so? Because of Operation Starfall? No, not that. Because of the other really bad thing I did. And what would that be? You know the LP I gave you both in exchange for helping with Operation Starfall? I got hold of it sort of illegally by hacking the Pokemon League's LP management system. Oh. Okay. I see. That is quite the revelation. I do not think such a thing was even possible in the first place. It wasn't all that hard. I mean, I'm really sorry and I won't do it again. This is rather out of my jurisdiction, I'm afraid. We'll have to consult Mosquita, the Pokemon League chairwoman, on how best to proceed. I figured as much. I do apologize, Miss Cupid, but I will have to ask you to give us some privacy. Okay. Now what? Do I go back? I don't think so. He just does not care. I'm confused. I don't really understand. Where do I see my task? Is there no, like, thingy on one of the rooms? There's the nurse's office. And the other one. Oh, here's Miriam, Rye. I know Rye left, but... Hey there, come on in. Everyone's welcome in the nurse's office. What brings you here today? I don't see anything super wrong with you or your Pokemon. Wait, this is your first time here, isn't it? Yes. Oh, so I guess you transferred in recently. You must be Cupid, right? Everyone's been talking about you. I've heard all kinds of rumors. Apparently you fell off a cliff right after enrolling in the academy, and even picked a fight with Team Star. Oh yeah, you've started your treasure hunt thing, right? Come tell me about anything super interesting you find out there in your adventures. I'm kind of bored just sitting in here all day, you know? I don't have any classes to teach, and students only come here to skip class. So yeah, drop by if you can. Deal? Deal. Okay. I don't want my ads to run. I'm snoozing them again. Is it this? Hello, hello. Have you gotten used to things here at the Academy, Cupid? Yes. Or... Great, glad to see you're having fun. Oh, have you been using the Pokédex app? I'm the one who made it, you know. Every time someone using the app catches a Pokemon, the data gets sent to me. It's really helping with my Pokemon research. So be sure to catch any new Pokemon you find and work filling in your Pokédex. For your first goal, let's aim for, say, 30. Register 30 Pokemon. You know what you've done. Is this not it either? I've already done that. Thank you. Have I done that too? I'm stuck in this dialogue. Thank you. There's no way I have 200. Okay. I can go back to the nurse's office? I don't see something. I don't know. Outside. Oh. Cupid? Penny? There's something I want to talk to you about. Could you come meet me in front of the school stairs? You know, where we first met? I'll be waiting. Okay. save here? Like before this? Oh, I don't know what that is. Like, should I not start this right now? Oh, she's right here. Maybe not. I'll wait until Thursday. Because my throat is killing me. I don't know why. Oh, that's not. It will lead right into the next bit? Okay. Who should I raid? I assume Rye went live, maybe? Or Rye is just playing Pokemon? I don't know. Rye's live? Okay. I thought Rye was playing, Animal Crossing. I thought that's what came up. My buttons work. I fixed them. I just opened my app and they started working again. So. I can't type. I'll be back with this on Thursday, and I will possibly be live tomorrow night in the middle of the night to play Tomodachi Life, so if anyone stays up late, you should come here and watch that if I'm live. I will see you guys tomorrow. If not, then on Thursday. Have a good night. Stay safe. Bye.